Hey guys, Miss Jagger here, and welcome back to another channel update. Huzzah! So yes, just going to sort of start off with the reactions from the stream. It went well. I'm quite happy with how it went. The multiplayer side of it was very good. I think the only issue that really came about was the last section of the single player. I think actually kind of things toned down a bit too much with the single player. So maybe there might be some streams where I don't do any single player at all. Not entirely sure where to go from there. Might have to start something else. I kind of just did it because of the reasons. But you know, we can have a stream where it will end up being something like just pure multiplayer or something along that line. But yeah, apart from that, the stream went well. I mean, I think one person commented saying that we should like stick to the time and stuff. I mean, yeah, kind of, but I didn't exactly say, oh, we're definitely going to stick till 11. It was just around 11 o'clock. It made a little bit of sense because a family where I live unfortunately decide to go to bed at 11, so it's kind of pointless me streaming when I can very barely mutter and I have to put my voice right next to the thing. So I thought it would be a lot better if I just did it finished off at 11 on those two other streams. But as at that time no one was going to sleep, so I thought, fuck it, why not? Extra half an hour. And besides, I'm a completionist, and if it wasn't for the if I would have just probably stopped the stream and said, right, it's 11 o'clock, blah blah blah, and then just completed through. So yeah, so yeah, that was pretty much it when it comes to the stream. So yeah, I'm quite good. Though news coming in for this next stream, it won't be this week. I'll probably be doing another channel update next week along the lines. But yeah, due to the amount of stuff I'm doing this week, I just won't have the time to do a live stream. So unfortunately, there will not be a live stream this week, which is probably why it's so late in me telling you guys, because it's not because I've run out of time, but more because I just don't have any time to begin with. So unfortunately, there won't be another live stream this week. But don't worry, I'm sure at some point next week we'll be able to get in a news bit to tell you guys about another live stream. That's it for the biggest news, though I would say the latest bit of news, if there is any, I'd say World of Tanks. Yeah, World of Tanks. Now I've been kind of going on a bit and on off World of Tanks to a degree, and I've been sort of talking about how I'm not so enthralled about it anymore, but I kind of recently had a bit of a reinvigoration of the spirit of World of Tanks as I was trying to link up with one of my subscriber friends, was a subscriber who then became a friend, from America, and he was the one who got Mr. White, who got me the Star Citizen. And if you don't follow Star Citizen, they made a series of patches which basically allowed you to finally get into a sort of free sandbox environment where you can fly your spaceship all around. And in the latest update, they introduced a party feature which allows you to basically link up with any of your friends in a single session. Now, it's still in very much early access alpha, like it's still very much an alpha, but you know, the concept is you can now potentially link up with your friends and be able to socialize and do all fun stuff, you know, get into the multi-crewed ships and all that jazz. Unfortunately, though, when my friend and I tried this, we couldn't get anywhere. We literally was stuck, and it's like we kept trying to figure out how to get the hell into the same session. Like, we didn't even get to fly ships on that one. We've just been trying to we just couldn't get into the same session to begin with, which is really frustrating. Like, we were in a party, it was all set up, but we just couldn't get into the fucking session. Every time we looked on the servers, there isn't a server browser, so you can't select one and be like, right, that doesn't have as many players on it, let's select that one. And every time we went on to sort of look in the party chat to see if we can join the other person's session, that session would be full. So, yeah, I'm not at best pleased with Star Citizen. Not in the sense, I mean, I know they say it's an alpha and there's loads of things that are going to be worked, and that's fair enough. But I would argue if you're going to put a party feature in, making sure it would work would be a bit of a priority. I mean, I know they're working on loads of other things, and I'm sure they'll look on another patch, but it just kind of feels like they've added a feature that, if it's not working, is kind of pointless. I mean, I've been on and off with Star Citizen. Like, I love the concept of it. I love a load of things about it. When it comes out, I'm definitely going to play that thing because I like space. I'm not super into space games, but I do enjoy them. Though Star Citizen, I fell in love with for a while, and then the lack of anything coming out kind of pulled me away. And then the Star Citizen social hub where I could go into the Ark area, and I was like, oh my god, and it's really awesome. But now it's kind of just like, yeah. It's like you just it gets a little bit like I kind of want something to happen soon. Nothing major, just well, okay, something slightly more than what we've got. Like I don't get me wrong, I love the space section. It's just I don't really find myself willingly jumping in because there's nothing for me to do apart from fly around and maybe do a few missions. Like I'd like to give it a go, sure, but it's kind of boring if you're doing it on your own. I mean, that's me. I'm not going to profess to be an elite space person, but when you're going into playing a game about space and being in these big epic sort of things, I kind of prefer to play with someone on those sort of things. Big MMO like stuff like World of Tanks or other stuff, I've kind of shifted from being able to do it on my own in certain things just to I'd like to have someone along with because I get the feeling Star Citizen is like Eve in the sense that about 50%, about 30% is what you do, and the 70% is what happens when everyone else is around you. I mean, Eve is kind of different in the sense that it's 100% controlled by players, but it's like trying to play Eve on your own. There's no alliance, no corporation, no anything, not even a single fleet to work with. It can be very boring. So my personal preference would be to be able to play alongside my friends. Then I could have a fun time. But either way. So, going back to the original point at hand, I kind of had a bit of a mini rant. I had a cappuccino. So, yes, I basically, after a while, we sort of stopped trying to get on it and went on World of Warships. And by doing that, it kind of reminded me of it kind of started there. It's like, as I was playing it, I was sort of like, I enjoy ships, and they're fun. But it's not like World of Tanks. And I began watching a number of other videos of like World of Tanks. Quickie Baby's reveal the T-55A. I noticed, I'm seeing him playing the game, and he pulls off a nice couple of shots. I'm like, good shot. I would have done, I didn't see that, or oh, that's interesting. And slowly but surely, the old little mindset of World of Tanks started seeping over, and like now, I wouldn't say I'm addicted to it again, but I've definitely dedicated a fair amount of time, and I'll probably end up doing a bit more today, as I am kind of wanting to play it now slightly. But still, the point is, I'm sort of slowly getting back into the mindset of it. I just did a major grind on the IS-8, or the T-10, as it's now called, for the Top Gun. I don't know if it's just my experience with Tier 9 heavies, but the IS-8 is a very painful grind if you've got it stock. Really painful. Like someone's digging a knife. It's basically like it's like someone at a chalkboard just going, and everything of the Eat the Squeak is just no pen, low damage, shitty transmit. It is just, oh, the grind is horrible. I mean, it's not as bad as the E75 before they modified the engine bad, because, oh my god, imagine being a Churchill with a fucking terrible gun that you go into tier 10 games with, and you've got 200 pen! You, if you haven't researched the gun. But no, like, I didn't have the money to pay for the top gun, so I had to work with the L71. Oh! Oh god! I hated that tank! Oh! I love it now, but oh my god, when I didn't have the engine or the gun. Oh my god. But anyway, so yeah, the ISA or the BT10 as it's called, is not as bad as that, but you've got the BL9, which isn't as bad as the L71. But it's one of those guns which works and doesn't. It's like the BL10 to a small degree if you're not too experienced with it, because you'll either in the BL9 is basically the top gun of the IS-3, a tier 8 tank if you don't play World of Tanks. And like when you've got when that gun only has 225 pen, you really struggle in tier 10 games. Tier 9 games, not so bad. You fare well-ish. If you're top tier, you're faulted. The most of the matches I was in though, tier 10, and it was just it was so painful. But I've finally got through, thank the Emperor, and now I've got the top gun. And I kid you not, the first fucking game I had with that, I did 5.5k damage. It felt so good. I love that gun. But another thing I noticed whilst I was grinding through the thing, I was platooned up with my good friend Bidden and Nimbus, was there seems to be a trend, and I don't know if it's just happened with my friend. You know, put in the comment section down below if you've had this issue. But basically, whilst we were playing through the game, whenever my mate Bidden, who is very good at World of Tanks, I'm not going to lie, we often joke that he's overpowered, but really he's just very good at the game. You know, he is. He says he's average and he has shit games, but trust me, we have to struggle to beat him. You may have even seen a couple of his replays. I'm not too sure. But he is very good at the game. He's spent a lot of time on it. He's got like over 1,000 games in a number of tanks. He plays not just artillery. He also plays as T55A. He plays as T54. Like the top 5 tanks is just mixed of stuff. So you know he's skilled, very skilled, and I'm justifying this for all you scumbag haters out there. But when he plays in, unfortunately, it's mostly when he's artillery. People report him. Like he'll kill someone. I think he did. They did it as well. I think he did it in his T55A. But we'll be in a battle, and mid to late game, there's this guy driving around. He'll pop him and get him because he hits the target. RNG was on his side. Everything that works in the game to help the player, when it does, did. He got the kill. And then right down below in the chat's message, now it could be someone trolling, you know, it's always that possibility, but with these people you can kind of easily believe that they actually do it, because, you know, some people are that sad in World of Tanks. And basically they report him for killing them, but not cheating. Like, he doesn't have anything cheating on it, otherwise Wargaming would shut him down. And it's like they report him. And he's been banned because he was good. And this was unfortunately when he was in his artillery. And like, that's really fucked up. Because I know this is the thing about World of Tanks, which is a bit silly when it comes to the automated system. Yes, it's very good because anyone who basically does this, like the team killers, the people leave quit the match early or whatever, all that kind of stuff, they still, like, you get, it's still kind of not perfect because people will report people for playing well and they get banned because it's an automated system. Like, he got banned when he was he plays the artillery 261. He plays the object 261, and he got banned because he did well in a match. He carried a team and won the match for them, and then he got banned because unfair play or something stupid, and by people who basically died, got butthurt, and then reported him. And it's not just happened to him. He's happened to Nimbus. I'm sure it's happened to another couple of other people I know as well. And it's like, I mean, hell, I even got reported for it once, and I'm just like, really? It just seems a little bit petty. Not just petty, pathetic, really. I mean, for God's sake, yes, artillery isn't exactly the most fixed thing in World of Tanks, but neither is the spotting system. Christ almighty, the amount of times I've been looking down a clear alley, as large as there's, like, you could see basically this whole Himmelstal, for example. You get this fucking open area, and a big ass tank comes along, you know, Jaegeru, E100, T110, E5, and you don't see the fucker until the scanning system finally detects his rear track wheel disappearing, going, oh! As you think, you're a big fucking tank, and yet I can't see you? So, you know, just because and my main issue with this is, with the regards to the reporting, is it just seems like just because someone is better than you, that justifies reporting them. I mean, obviously, if it's in the game and people are given the option to basically remove players they don't like, there are enough sad people on World of Tanks to do that. And there's some people who will probably take offense to this, but fuck it. If you're that sad to report someone because they beat you fair and square, you died in open areas because you weren't paying attention to the map, and RNG was kind enough to give them the shot, because I'm an artillery player as well. I don't play it that often because I don't personally like it as much as, say, a heavy tank or a TD, but I've played it because I thought, why the fuck not? I should try it. I should understand it. What is it about this thing that I don't get? And then I got the fact that artillery is really fucking annoying, especially in the high tiers, because the RNG not only screws with the artillery, but all the other measures beforehand. You've got the aiming, the accuracy, the aiming time, the reload, the amount of stuff artillery players at high tiers have to go through, and then if you fire and miss, everyone blames you for not being good enough, and it's just like you're to lose-lose. So, it gets really stupid at some points, because you're like, what the fuck? So then of course, when players do report you because you have won the game and you've done well, it's just like, great, so if I win, I'm reported because I'm apparently hacking, even though the only hacking thing I could ever do is possibly have the foresight to know where a dumb player will be. Shock and horror, he was camping in the bushes. It's completely stupid. I mean, as I said, put in the comment section down below if you guys have had this same problem. You were in a TD, light tank, scout, medium, anything. You could even be in tier 1 and some asshole will try and report you. And, I mean, I don't know if this is ever going to go anywhere, but hell, wargaming, if you've seen this, this is actually a thing. People are getting reported simply because they're winning at the game. They're doing exactly what the game is doing, and they play the game how it's meant to be played, and they're getting reported for it. I don't know if you see any of these reporting marks, but obviously because it's an automated system, I imagine you probably don't have full attention on what reasoning behind it. As long as there's enough votes in one particular game, then an automatic ban goes into it. So, yeah, I'd say that the game World of Tanks is still something I enjoy playing, and I'm still going to be playing it. But I've sort of grown to sort of understand that there are just I mean, sort of talking about it kind of brings it into perspective. You're like, yeah, there's so many dumb fucking people out there who will think that they're the gods' green earth when really all they ever did in life was somehow survive the birthing process and breathe their way to adulthood. But, nothing we can do about it, just a bit of a rant, really. But yeah, so in short, 17, 18-minute video. No stream for this week because unable to do it, no time at all. And second, I'm sort of getting back into World of Tanks now. And enjoying the process, even if there are people who are that sad to report you because you're good at the game. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you like this kind of content, do let me know in the comment section down below. And once again, if you've had any kind of issues with this, and it doesn't have to be just because you're good at the game, but because, I don't know, someone's being a right douchebag because of something like you've been playing a game and some asshole has basically reported their artillery's position because, oh god, they didn't do their job, even though you saw 2 artillery shells land right next to you and you were thankful that RNG was like, no, not you, to your tank. So, anything like that at all, put in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear what you think. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. This is Miss Jager, signing out.